It appears that Jay-Z has been named in this new lawsuit.
Interesting.
I'm going to say allegedly for the next couple of statements I'm making because I want to be factually correct. First of all, foremost, I want to shout out to Jay-Z's lawyers, Alex Spiro, and a team that represent whether it's Roc Nation or Jay-Z's personal interests. I'm going to be very careful how I speak today because I do know y'all tactics as well. Y'all tactics, which by the way I did with Milagro, is when people don't speak that favorable or attack, or you call attacking, clients or speak in certain light about whatever, lawsuits come. And it's going to be kind of ironic because y'all are now claiming someone's doing that to y'all, even though y'all sued somebody. It's all good. We'll get to it. So everything I'm going to say, I want to be within the area of not saying anything that I could be even legally liable, even remotely, okay? All right. From my sources, I've heard, and that's why I said during this Rhapsody shit. So if you don't know, Rhapsody came out and she's like, this is not even about her, right? But she dropped a freestyle and she was whatever. She says, yo, Ak, you have a case, all right? And I Googled, she's at Roc Nation. And I really just think, I'm going to be unequivocally just blunt and clear. If you're on Roc Nation, if you work with Diddy, if you party with Diddy, if you party with any of these niggas, you should be shutting the fuck up. I don't care if you were their friend or not, if you do business with them, if your check is signed by one of these guys. This is why I thank Kendrick, because I want to see who are the hypocrites. Because if you want to call one person out, you got to call them all out, right? If you're believing all these lawsuits. So, from what I've heard, there's been a few been trying to get at Jay. And, shout out to the NDAs. Shout out to their resolve. And by the way, we got a statement. Before I could even go live, I'm setting up the live stream. I got a heads up on when the lawsuit's dropping. I said, or not dropping, but it was going to be updated in the system for Pacer. Okay. Before I could schedule the live, Roc Nation got a whole fucking response from, I've never seen something that quick. I like it. Anyway.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute.
This is word on the street. So take this as just allegations. They've been trying to get Hov. This mystical figure that people keep hearing about, Jay-Z is the guy. Okay? Now, it's nothing that is recent. We all know he's married to Beyonce, has beautiful kids. That's all no. A lot of these things are like behavior from the past. This is the, big pimping era, all that type of stuff. And also, I think women, again, I don't know if anything is true or false, but people are realizing, hey, some of the activities back then could be misconstrued or could be seen in a different light now, especially if I have an allegation. And also look at the Cassie thing. So I've heard that there's been a lot of conversations with Roc Nation, or let's just say Jay-Z, about women or people who allegedly have allegations. Now, it teeters and borders on the line of extortion, and I think I think now we could kind of unravel the knot. Like, again, we're gonna still say this. I gotta say this because I know Alex Spears is watching this. Like, I'm finna sweat. Relax, buddy. Okay, I think you're a cool guy. Don't hate me. I'm just here. Okay. I think we now could put two and two together and kind of figure out that. Remember the lawyer Tony Busby? Remember him saying, yo, there is someone who is suing him for extortion, but the person was suing as a Jane Doe. We could now put two and two together to realize that person, we knew the law firm was a law firm with Alex Spiro as a partner, managing partner. Now,
hey, look, hey, people in his chat like, hey, yo, hey, that nigga killed you, man. Hey, bro, you got to respond back to him. So I wonder if he is going to respond back to him. I'm sure he is. He'll probably respond in the next live stream or something.
Now we get to realize we get one of the first big celebrities named, right? And it's Jay-Z. So we could probably think that Jay-Z's suing this guy, okay? Jay-Z or Alex Spiro on behalf of Jay-Z has been pretty active recently. Again, Alex Spiro, under the direction of Meg Thee Stallion, has filed a lawsuit against Milagro. Alex Spiro represents Roc Nation or Jay-Z's interest, and now they're suing a lawyer who's levied, from my count, I think over 17 or 16 lawsuits against Diddy. In the majority of the lawsuits, they claim there were other people of interest, high-profile people that either watched, participated, or ignored. Whatever you want to go with, that's what you want to go with. Now, I'm going to also, this is where my opinion comes in. I've read a bunch of these lawsuits. They sound like bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, out of the 7, I've read every single one on stream. Out of the 17, like, I'm going to be honest with you, maybe like 4, you could be like, maybe there's something. The others just sound ridiculous. Something out of like a movie, right? And again, I'm not trying to shit on nobody's claims, but come on, bro. Like, some of the shit just sounds like, it just sounds like, he was like, yeah, I was at making a band, and Diddy says, how bad do you want to be a star? And I said, really badly. He said, well, come with me in this room, Playboy. Then he whipped his dick out and told me I got to suck it. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, that's just so cliche. But whatever, maybe it could be true. I don't know. Right? Now, we got the lawsuit here.
Now, once again, we are talking about back in the 90s. Now, I don't think people are doing that, right? I think people are more aware of technology and camera phones, and but back then in the 90s, we talking about in the 90s, we ain't talking about 2000s. Back then, it was probably that simple. Hey, you want to do this? Yeah, come in the room in here and just top me off real quick. I don't think they're gonna do that now. These days, you'll be real dumb to do that these days. But back then, I'm sure it was that simple. I'm sure it was that simple.
And we're gonna recap it, and we're gonna go through it. But I also do want to say this, and I like to put this out there because when we see a lot of things, it's very important for y'all to understand how media works. What Jay-Z's done that Sean Carter's Jay-Z is Sean Carter, sorry. What Jay-Z's done that Diddy didn't do. Let me tell you the really big difference I've noticed between both guys is that Jay-Z has put so many people in positions of power and helped so many entities and also made sure his interests are represented even throughout media, that there are levels of cushioning for any type of, let's say, bad press or stories that would make him look in a bad light. Diddy was just drinking Ciroc and trying to butt fuck niggas, allegedly. I don't know, right? But Diddy was just on some bullshit, like, come to the party, Playboy, let's just do some free calls. He was just wilding. Jay-Z is smart. And by the way, this is the first time everybody has wondered. We feel like we keep hearing about this mystical person. Is it Jay? We never heard till today. You know why? Put it like this. Half of the media personalities in the game right now, they're not touching this with a 20-foot pole. Remember, they were all hesitant to touch the Diddy stuff at first, pause. But then eventually they did. They're not touching this one at all. Okay? That's going to show and go to the power of not only Jay-Z, but Roc Nation. Their influence within the industry, as it relates to being able to make and break rappers' career, help radio personalities or media personalities get to where they want to go, basically open and shut doors for people. And also, when you even go back, you're going to start to realize a lot of things kind of connect. Like, this is a personal opinion of mine when it came to the Tory Lanez situation. I'm not saying Tory did not do anything wrong, so I'm not here to absolve Tory Lanez. But I do believe at a point, because of how the case was going, I felt Roc Nation stepped in and said, we're sending this nigga to jail. This is my personal opinion. Roc Nation, as I'm saying, is a very powerful entity. Jay-Z is a very powerful person.
Right.
As we've discussed in many cases, none of this shit is like random. Made in America Festival stopped doing like 2 years ago. No more brunches. When you see people doing that, that's like the equivalent of Dirk hearing that there's a snitch and him saying, I'm Muslim now. I'm not BD. You get what I'm saying? Like, they know what's going to happen. So again, we're dealing with some powerful people. And again, I am not here to say I believe these allegations, but I just like to shine the light on the people in the media.
Yeah, like I remember when it seemed like every month it was always these brunches, but they sure ain't doing them lately. They ain't been doing these brunches lately.
Who are going to be quiet?
Yeah, I think those brunch days are over. There ain't going to be no more brunch days and shit.
The sheep-like fans who only believe that the people that they don't like are the bad guys. Because that's going to be the question, right? Like, Diddy was easy to be villainized. Jay-Z's a little bit more up there. His cultural equity is, you can't quantify it. The way he's played the game versus Diddy's playing bingo and tic-tac-toe. And maybe like, what's that shit? They're like freak off Twister. Jay-Z's playing top tier chess.
What's up, RT?
Always has, always been.
Stacey,
it's a different level.
Mike, Furious, what's good? Lewis, what's good?
We're going to see what ends up coming out of this, right? But also, this is going to be a gut check time for hip hop in general, right? Because this idea of so-and-so has a weird case, so-and-so has a weird case, well, you're going to realize every rapper that's a millionaire or billionaire in an industry, and again, I'm not saying none of this is true, they're going to get some type of accusation of some sort. They're all fighting 55 lawsuits for different things. Tripped, I fell. Your security beat me up. You elbowed me, I fell. Like, all type of shit. So it's up to y'all, but, we'll go over it, and here we are. So today, there was an amended complaint put in. This lawsuit was originally filed back on October 21st, 2024. It was filed along 4 other lawsuits that day, and it was filed in the Southern District of New York, okay? Now, before, it listed a bunch of individual does, okay? Because since that person's Jane Doe, they call the other unnamed people that they're suing individuals. Now they have named Jay-Z and added on a few more companies of Sean Diddy Combs. Which, by the way, I'm not going to bore you by showing everything. They also they have also petitioned for Jay-Z to be served, and I'm pretty sure now this thing is public. His lawyers are going to just take the service of this lawsuit and deal with it. Now, before I get into it again, and by the way, this is his name here, so they just tacked on his name. Before I get into this, the reason why this whole thing with Jay-Z is a big deal is because Jay-Z is the closest as we could get in the black world to the Illuminati. And when I say Illuminati, I'm saying it facetiously and using that as it's like,
what's up, Black?
It's like an analogy. Like, to whatever you think that higher power is, that like super untouchable like level, Jay-Z is the closest to it as we could get. You get what I'm saying? For example, who would be in that manner too? Lucian Grange. If we're talking about music, Lucian Grange, right? This is why people think, yo, Drake, you must be out of your damn mind suing UMG. Like, that's Daddy Lucian. Oh, y'all call him Daddy. He's the head of the head. Pause. But Jimmy Iovine was accused and sued of some of the same things. It's been damn near scrubbed from the internet. You can't even find it. The case got wiped away. You're never gonna hear nothing more about it. Dealt with it really quickly and swiftly. But that's what, when you get to that level, does. Now, when you at the Diddy level, yeah, I'm rich as fuck, but I'm arrogant. And I think just having cash is the power. You know, Jay is moving among a lot of different people that his power is just way more, right? So that's what I'm saying. We have Diddy here.
Yeah. One thing about Diddy was feeling himself like he was an arrogant little jackass. You know, like he really thought he was Mr. Untouchable. Like, yeah, I'm rich, I'm billionaire, ain't nobody gonna come after me. Nah, they just waiting on your ass to slip up. You know, Jay-Z more just a silent killer. You know, Jay-Z would just be the silent killer. Diddy is the loud, always in the camera dancing and stuff, you know. So I think it was easier to get Diddy caught up first. But I think they probably did that for a reason. What if Diddy snitched on Jay-Z? You know? What if Diddy is, you know, over there singing like a bird? Because all of this, I don't think this is a coincidence. This seems to be falling right in place. You know, so I think they probably knew Diddy was gonna be that. If we take Diddy and we put the pressure on him and we do this, do that, then he'll speak on other people, because it's gonna be a lot more people that's gonna be accused. Lawsuits are gonna be coming out the woodwork. So this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg right here, right? And they probably figured out Diddy would be the weakest one out of the bunch. So let's jam him up, get him talking, and then everybody else will get everybody else. That's just my opinion. Allegedly, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think they targeted Diddy first for a reason. In my opinion. Allegedly.
Here, I put Jay right here. Like, he's really of the untouchable ilk. Like how we see
exactly.
Lucian. You know, by the way, there was Lucian Grange was named in one of Diddy's lawsuit, not as a perpetrator, but he was named as a party. Not only him being the UMG's leader, but there was an allegation that he attended one of the parties that later on the freak-off got happened at. And so they were accusing UMG of sponsoring the party, and they said the head of UMG, Lucian Grange, went there. Universal lawyers don't fuck around so much, and that's what I'm saying. If there would be Illuminati, that's what it would be. The fucking lawyer who filed it had to apologize for filing for including Lucian Grange's name in there, remove his name completely, and actually retract everything they said about him. Okay? Never seen that shit before. That's what I'm talking about in terms of power. And I do think Jay is near that. I don't think he's exactly there, but the closest a black man gonna get to, if you ask me. Anyway, let's get into the lawsuit. So, this is a lawsuit that deals with a 13-year-old being drugged at an after party. We've read this before. They put a few more details and they name more names, but I'll read it in full that you guys could hopefully get the gist. So it says, defendant Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, a.k.a. Love, alongside his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Now, this is interesting. When I first heard about this lawsuit, if I pulled it back up, I actually thought that they were going to name Jay-Z as the person who watched. I didn't know that they're naming Jay-Z as the person who actually did the sexual act. Now, why is that important? Because the mere fact that they're saying another celebrity stood by and watched, that person is a witness, right? So who is that person? That person, through discovery, whatever, has to get named. And it's going to be interesting where that person lies. Does that person say, yeah, I watched Diddy and Jay-Z fuck this girl?
I think we can kind of figure out who these people are just based on how they've been dealing with this situation. Ever since Diddy came out, there's a lot of people that's been quiet. You know, Jay-Z hasn't said nothing about Diddy. Now, guess what? Now he's next. So pay attention to the people who are quiet, who haven't said nothing. All of a sudden they unfollowing. All of a sudden they closing businesses. All of a sudden they selling property. Pay attention to those people. The people that's all of a sudden selling their shares. They selling houses. They doing it. Pay attention to people that ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing for a reason. They being quiet for a reason. So I think we can kind of, put the pieces together to figure out who this third person might be. It's a lot of people who are hush mouth. So pay attention to those people. Like, damn, how come such and such ain't speaking? Why it's a reason why they ain't talking.
Now, what's irrefutable is this. If that person says, yes, I watched Diddy fuck this girl, we're going to hear later, the girl alleges she was, and by the way, she's grown now, clearly, because this is in, 2000? So that's 24 years plus 13. She's 37. She's 37 right now. The woman now alleges that she was intoxicated or she was drugged or something.
Kevin Hart, J-Lo.
Now, that doesn't matter if someone says, like say the other celebrity says, nah, I seen you suck both of them off. You were not drunk or you were sober. The problem here is the girl is 13. It doesn't matter if she's drunk in any type of state of mind. That's a child, right? So if they had sex with this 13-year-old at all,
and that's
a huge problem, right? And by the way, most of these lawsuits, we read all of them, they have a pattern of saying, hey, we show up to the event, we get a cup, we take a sip. We usually know it takes like three drinks for us to start feeling away, but all of a sudden we start feeling dizzy, woozy, and we wake up and our pussy hurt, right? Or butthole if you're talking about a dude, right? But it don't really matter about the drugging if that's what they're gonna let, which they do.
It's about the age.
If this person is 13 and has sex with Jay-Z or Diddy,
it's a wrap.
That's a crime.
It's a wrap.
Right? Now, I know some of y'all, defenders or, other people might be like, well, imagine if she lied about her age. That could be a thing too. That could be a thing. Like maybe she told somebody like, hey, no, I'm 17, or, well, that'd be weird, fucking weird too. I'm 18. I'm 18. How old were these guys in let's see. How old was Diddy in 2000?
55.
If Diddy is 55 now.
Oh, I'm like, he's 55 in 2000?
Come on, in the year 2000. In
what?
The year.
Ain't no damn 50.
Okay, so we just got to minus 24 years, right? So 24 years, he would have been 31, 39. Right? 31, because he's 55 now. He would have been 31. Okay? How old was Jay-Z in 2000? Apparently, are they born the same year? Oh, they're born the same year. Okay. So they're both 31 at the time, right?
About 31.
Now, this is also the very interesting thing. And again, I'm not sitting here. I want people to know.
Yeah, 31.
I don't have nothing against Jay-Z. I think you don't got nothing against me. And I'm not also making up excuses. 31. I'm just trying to talk out scenarios. These things could be all the way true or all the way false. We don't know. That's why we're trying to think out loud. Could this be a 6ix9ine situation? Now, hold on. I know what you're saying. What the fuck are you talking about? Hold on. Now, 6ix9ine, who caught a charge of sexual misconduct or sexual conduct with a child or a minor or whatever. Mm-hmm. His story is this. Yo, we were inviting chicks over for like a music video and some other shit for TikToks, or no, it wasn't TikTok, it was Vine back then or something. This girl comes over. I think the girl was like 15 or something, but she supposedly told him that she was of age. So she tells him like, yo, I'm 18, right? So she tells him she's of age. Now, granted, I know what y'all saying, bruv. But like even this one is worse, right? Like if you're 31 and you can't tell the chick is 13, you're bugged the fuck out, right? This is, I don't know how chicks was looking in the motherfucking 2000, but come on, ain't no goddamn way you 31 and you can't tell this chick is not even 15, right? Exactly. But if you listen to the 6ix9ine story, that's what he claims. He's like, yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know that the woman was underage because she lied about her age, right? Now, I don't think it matters that much, but for some people in narrative sense, because you when you see these things, you're trying to think of these people. Were these guys really just attracted? Because it sounds wild. Like if you're attracted to a 13-year-old, that would be the definition as Kendrick. I think even Kendrick would define that as a certified pedophile, right? You know what I mean? The definition of being a pedophile is not just under 18. It's actually the attraction to prepubescent teens. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right? I think I got my definition right. Definition of pedophile. Well, the simple one is the person who's attracted to children. When you get into a psychological way of how they look at it, they said that they actually call pedophilia a disorder, which I'm like, what? Okay. In which an adult experiences primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepubescent children. Although girls typically begin the process of puberty at age 10, 11, and boys at 11 or 12. Psychiatric diagnostic criteria for pedophilia extends the cutoff point for prepubescence to age 13. Now, it's weird for me to even Google these things, trust me. But I'm just trying to talk through this stuff with you. So technically, that would actually be a pedophile. You get what I'm saying? So if there's a grown man who loves a 13-year-old, that would be the certified. Like, what I mean certified by the goddamn. Let's what does it say certified by? It would be. You
always got to bring up Kendrick. Man, stay to the topic, man. God damn, we ain't talking about Kendrick, man. Stay focused. Shit. God damn.
On it.
Always got to bring up Kendrick, man.
Yeah, this is certified by the American Psychiatric Association. So that's what Kendrick's talking about. Certified pedophiles. That's
talk
certified.
about Jay-Z.
So
talk
liking
about
a woman
Jay-Z.
13 or under.
Man, we ain't here for
now,
Kendrick
even though
right
I think
now.
we all agree, if you like a minor and you're a grown-ass man, we almost call that pedophilia. Yeah, we do. Right, like, that's weird. That's just super weird. Cool. But the actual definition, just to be very factual, is 13 or under. And by the way, I keep having to say it because I know we live in clip culture, so I can't just say it and just stop. Yes, if you're fucking a 14, 15, 16, 17, up until legal, you're weird, especially you're 30, right?